Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ore. So in my last video I talked about how much you need to actually live comfortably in the UK, and naturally the question that follows after that is, how do I actually start earning when I arrive? Did I get a job? Does my previous experience in my own country count? What if my degree doesn't count in the UK? Is whether I am without the UK experience? I'll be answering this question in today's video, and I'll be telling you the most realistic job you can get in the UK without any experience. See, for many immigrants, right, the first job that they get in the UK is usually not their dream job, and that is understandable because first thing you're thinking about when you come to the UK is not how can I get my dream job. The first thing you're thinking about is how can I be financially stable? How can I, manage my expenses? How can I get something to help me, sort out bills, basically. This is what you're thinking about when you first come into the UK. Then after, of course, you can always get your dream job. So let's talk about the job you can get in the UK without the UK experience. The first job I'll be talking about that you can, easily get in the UK is either the care assistant job or the support worker job. Now, I know this might not be a job that many people, usually want to go into. This might not be a field that you're looking at, but this is, a job that you can easily get in the UK when you arrive. And why is that? It's because the job is in high demand. You do not require to have any experience. Some people require you to have experience, but majorly, right, what people want you to have is to be empathetic, be compassionate, be kind, just be ready to learn, and you can quickly get a job in this sector. So you can easily get a job in the healthcare sector. One thing you just need to put in mind is that in as much as this job is high in demand, of course you need to think about it properly. If you are emotionally ready for the job, care and support job can be very draining. I kid you not, when I first arrived in the UK, this was the first job I got, and there are times at night where I would cry. I was basically at that time doing a night shift because I wanted it to, really flow into my schooling schedule. And so I would do night shifts and then go for lectures in the morning. So yeah, like I said, it can be emotionally draining. And remember that the people that you are dealing with are real life human beings. They are human. And so they have their emotions, they have their good days, they have their bad days. You might just meet them at one of their bad days and you might start to feel a certain way. What I would say is, if you're somebody who is not compassionate, if you're somebody who is not patient, if you're someone who is not ready to treat people the way you want to be treated, if you're someone who is not ready to give proper care to people, if you're someone who, don't see your other person as someone that should be treated with respect and dignity, then maybe you should not go into this field. Because there are times that you might need to provide personal care, and personal care is, you need to treat the person well. You need to treat the person the way you want to be treated. You need to care for them properly. If it's something you know that you cannot do, then don't go into the field, right? Because these are people, real life people with families. These are people with life. These are people that have things going on for themselves as well. And you can imagine how they feel if they're not being treated properly. So in as much as this job is a job that is high in demand, you want to think about it. The next job I'm talking about is the cleaning job. So many immigrants actually go into this as well because it's quick to get, of course, and it could be cleaning offices, cleaning fields, hotels, and cleaning schools. This is also quick to get, and it's one that you might not really need experience for because, of course, it's cleaning, and you'll be trained on the job. You'll be trained on what to do. It might not sound like a job that you might think about, but remember, it is bringing money to your table. It's something you can easily get. And the next one I'll be talking about is the warehouse job. And the warehouse job basically could include you loading, packing, dispatching, and arranging parcels. And this is one that is usually also high in demand. The reason for this is, is because, of course, people get things, right? People order things, people buy things, and they need people to arrange and load all of these, things into the things. They need people to load, they need people to arrange them. So yeah, it's one that you can easily get without any experience, right? One thing you just need to know about the warehouse job is that it can be, a bit stressful. I don't want to say stressful, but a bit draining. It could drain you physically because you'll be lifting and arranging things. One reason why many immigrants go to it as well is the quick hiring process. Imagine you just arrived into the UK and you want to get something quickly. So warehouse actually provides that. It's a quick hiring process. And the next job I'll be talking about is the hotel and the kitchen roles. This is also another job that is high in demand, and the reason for this, of course, obviously people use hotels, people go to restaurants, people go to cafe. So this could mean that maybe you're working in an hotel, you're working in a cafe, you're working in a kitchen. There's a good side to this job, right? Because for this role, basically you're going to be learning the British work culture. From here you can actually start learning the British work culture, also improve your communication here. For me, where I was able to actually really understand the UK accent was through working in care homes. So there's no experience that you actually can throw away. Every of your experience will be useful. Eventually one thing or the other will be useful. Because when I first came into the UK, sorry to digress, I did not really understand. Like, you could be saying a lot of things, and because of the accent difference, I would struggle to understand what you're saying. So working in the care sector actually helped me, because I had to like relate with the residents. I had to, chat with their families sometimes, and it actually just made it easier to understand, the British accent. Still of this job as a place where you can learn. Don't just see it as something to just help me sort out bills. Yes, it's going to help you sort out bills, but there are also experiences that you can pick from there. Now let's talk about the next job you can get when you come to the UK. You can get the retail and supermarket job. So basically this could either be working in Tesco, Aldi, Asda, Lidl, name them, Morrison, etc. What this role is going to do is that this role is going to help you build your confidence level. Like, it's going to be high up. So you could either be working as a cashier, you could either be, working to help them arrange and rearrange things in the store. So they're basically like different things that you can do there. This is a good one as well to get experience, understanding UK working culture. You'll also be able to practice customer service there. Of course, customer service, you're attending to people. You'll be able to pick up working in a fast-paced environment, because these places are usually fast-paced. And with some of these retail and supermarkets, you can actually work your way up, meaning some of these places also offer positions. Some of these places actually also have graduate scheme. It's somewhere that you can start from and then grow internally. Just look out for job adverts that would help you, get a stable, a more proper, job that you want to get, right? Just say this and make this clear. Just because you're starting in some of these jobs, I understand that people sometimes look down on this job. It's not something to look down on. It's basically something that if you are looking at with a different kind of mindset, like I said, I have the mindset that, yes, I'm coming to not just, get my dream job. I'm coming to first, be stable. I'm building something gradually. Like, it's just, think about it as something that, is helping you grow and gain experience, right? I tend to see many people look down, I'm working in care, I'm working in this. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes when I hear it, I can't really understand this, because it just makes me see the type of person you are. It just gives me a sort of impression that maybe you don't really understand that some of these jobs you get experience from it. And just because you go on this job doesn't mean that you stay there. As you're going for your job, when you come back home, you'll be applying, for your dream job, and you will get it. Because many immigrants, right, start from, warehouse. Some people start from, working in like retail stores. Some people start from working in Primark and all of that, just arranging and folding clothes and doing their things. From there, they get connections. Some other people are actually interested in building a career, for instance, in the care sector. So just because you don't want something doesn't mean that you look down on it. This is bringing food to your table, right? So it's basically about consistency. Just be consistent. Just know, and also have a focus, have a goal. That's very important. You need to have a goal. I'm not going to come here and tell you, things are going to be easy and things are going to be smooth. If you want to move beyond just the care, you want to move beyond just other of these jobs that I've mentioned, you need to be consistent, right? You need to be focused. You need to have a goal. You need to have good attitude. You need to be able to network. And that's what care sector is going to do for you. I think that for me, care sector actually helped me to network. I had residents that really, really liked me there. And to be fair, when I was leaving, some of them were not really happy that I was leaving, but I mean, I needed to leave. So it's going to help you network. You'll be able to meet people, learn to interact with people, build your confidence level a bit. And I usually say this, that sometimes biggest barrier is not opportunity, right? It's self-doubt. Just because I listed some jobs, I listed care, listed hospitality, listed all of these jobs, warehouse and the rest, doesn't mean that you cannot get into the corporate role immediately you arrive. The UK doesn't mean that you cannot get an internship in a corporate organization. No, I'm just basically saying that if you arrive and you're looking for a quick start, it doesn't mean that you can't get that. There are people getting it and you can get it. So do not just lock the door and be doubting yourself that I need to focus on a certain sector and ignore the other sector. You can also look at corporate roles, start from graduate training, start from internship, start from placement. You can use your own country experience for those placements. Sometimes even the graduate scheme do not require you to have experience. You just need to pass assessments and then you get trained, right? So just because I listed some of these jobs doesn't mean that you ignore the corporate roles. If it's corporate role you want to go into, look at the corporate roles and target that. You can also volunteer, right? And that's one thing I like to just point out. While you're doing your, while you're doing your part-time job, let's say you're doing a part-time job in care, you're doing a part-time job in warehouse, try to volunteer and do placement opportunity or unpaid internship. So look at that. If you want to break into that corporate world, try to do unpaid, right? Try to look at unpaid internship, unpaid placements, and talk to people, let people know what you're looking for, network. And when you go off to network, not just keep it to yourself, tell people, let them understand what is going on with you. So that being said, if you're planning to move to the UK, you need to mentally prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself. When I was coming, I remember someone said to me, all right, you might not get a job for 6 months. I didn't really let that sink in. I said, oh, that's fine. Like, I just needed to make sure that I had something to take care of me for 6 months, manage my expenses. But when I came in, I got a job like the next month, right? I got a care job the next month. So, but you need to mentally prepare yourself. You need to mentally prepare yourself that you need to start somewhere. If you know that you want to start, you need to start somewhere. Like I said, be flexible. Some people really come and they're really rigid. Like, if I don't get this job, I'm not going to do any other job. I'm not going to do any other job. I'm not going to do any other job. I mean, it's your preference, but you need to be flexible. Have some savings and be flexible. So yeah, that's everything I have shared with you. I really hope that this video was able to help you, at least give you a sort of direction and guidance on what to do. So what are the best jobs for immigrants in the UK? Honestly, the best job is usually the ones that gives you stability and gives you room to grow. There is dignity in starting small. So let me know in the comment section, if you're already in the UK, what job did you start with? Did you get your dream job immediately you got to the UK? Let's encourage somebody who is just starting their journey. Yeah, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up if it was really valuable. If it was not valuable, don't give it a thumbs up. I want to know if the video was valuable to you. And please share with your friends, your family, anyone that you know that is going to benefit from this video. And yeah, until next time guys, I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.